Welcome to the channel, everybody. Welcome back. And if you're new to the channel, stick around. You might find something you like. But today is the day. Today's the day we're going to take the 350 that we put into this wagon almost 2 years ago back out. And like I said, if you're new to the channel, you might be asking, well, why are we going to take this 350 we just put in a wagon out of the car again? Well, my dad drives this thing every day, and he drives like a lunatic. So it turns out the 350 wasn't enough power for him. So here's what we're going to be putting in its place instead. We have an Olds 455 to take its place out of a 69 Toronado. Now, this engine's almost 110% stock. All we did was stick a different camshaft in it, and I think it'll be good. So, alright, let's get to it. Alright, so I have the car right here pointing downhill for now because I want to drain as much of the cooling system down as I can. And if I had the car facing uphill, you're never going to get all the stuff out of the back of the block. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my my pet cock, and I'm going to start draining everything out. And if I have to, I'll stick a floor jack under that rear end and jack this thing up even higher. So alright, now first thing I'm going to do is, this is a two-piece fan shroud. There's a top half and a bottom half. So I'm gonna take out these bolts right here across the board. There's a bolt right here and one on the other side. Actually, there's two. And I'm gonna take this top half off so it's easier for me to get to that drain valve. Okay, so first things first. When you're working on a car from the 70s or 80s that's domestic and it has a Rolls-Royce emblem on it, you might want to take this off before you do any heavy-duty work on a car so you don't break it. Now, they screw these on from the bottom, and I didn't feel like getting up under here to figure out what size it is, so luckily, I have the old hood ornament off the old Rolls-Royce. So, I was able to find out what size nut we need, which is pretty big. It's actually a 24mm, so, went into the toolbox, grabbed a 24mm impact socket, put on some super extendos, and now we're gonna go to town. And just like that. Now if you're like me and you lose everything when you're doing a job like this, just take all the bolts and put them back where they came from. This way you know where they go. But anyway, let's see what it looks like without the shroud in the way. Think this engine's got, I can't remember how many miles are on this motor since we put it in. My dad would know. I think maybe 16,000. It's so dirty already. Good God. Look at all that grease all over the oil filler tube, all over the water pump. Everything was painted up so fresh before. Oof. Good luck doing a fuel pump on this car. You gotta take all the bracketry out of the way. See where the air pump used to be. Now, just a heads up on 80s GM cars, whether it be a Caprice, Monte Carlo, State Wagon, doesn't matter. These fan shrouds, like I said, they're two-piece fan shrouds. Anyway, if your car's never been apart before, from the factory, right in here and on the other side, right down in here, they actually staple these two pieces together. They'll staple this top piece down to the bottom half of the shroud. And if you want to split it in half, you just got to get some needle nose in there, rip the staples out. But after that, they have bolts in them, so you can bolt them right back together. Who knows why they staple them? Probably so production's easier. I don't know. And the drain valve was a success. Usually I'm scared to crack these things open. I'm scared that it'll rip the threads out and it'll screw up the radiator. If I have a lift, usually I'll just pull off a lower radiator hose, but this one didn't give any problems, so good. And that's how you get all your antifreeze out of the car, right there. And this is as far as we got today because we started late. I didn't wake up till 4 o'clock because I got off work at 6 a.m. So all this junk's out of the way, radiator's out, power steering pump's over here, AC compressor's about to come off. So we're getting there. And the radiator has to go to a radiator shop and get fixed because it's about to blow out right here where it meets the tank. That's not good. So I gotta call the radiator shop in the morning.
Day 2.
That fuel pump's different.
Yeah, that one's going on.
It wants to put this fuel pump on the other engine. This is a different fitting right here and he doesn't want to make a new line.
It's, the other one's a smaller line. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, see here?
They're all standard.
That goes in there. That'll fit. Here. You can see right there. That is too big. Yeah, it won't even fit in there. So he's gonna yank this one off and put the other fuel pump on. And we're off. It truly does amaze me just how dirty this engine really got in the matter of almost 2 years. We put this thing in late October of 2017 and this thing was super shiny and nice looking when it went in, and just look at it now. This thing is caked. I mean, look at all that. I think this intake gasket right here, I can't remember if we used the gasket that came in the box or if we just used straight silicone, but if we use the gasket that came in the box, there's a possibility that the gasket squished out a little bit from in between the block and the intake when we torqued it down. And if that's the case, that's why everything's so dirty. But I'm telling you, when this thing comes out, I'm going to put it on the stand and I'm going to clean this thing up really nicely before it goes into storage. And as for what we're doing with this motor, I'm not quite sure yet. I think I'm going to hang on to it for a while and see how that 455 does. Make sure that thing gets a good break-in period, nothing goes wrong with it. And I might just sit on this forever in case I need a good motor, or I might let it go to somebody for the right price. So that's all up in the air right now. Believe it or not, this is actually an old school trick of giving you some more rate reduction. All this scaly rust right here, I bet if I scraped it up, put it on a scale, I mean, what do you guys think? Anyway, you got rusty flywheels and shit like this. All you gotta do really, if you want to paint them up so they look semi-good, just wire brush them quick. You can see right there, nice and smooth. Take this to the sink, wash it off real good, hose it off with brake cleaner, use our 96-cent cans of Walmart spray paint, paint them black, done. $80 degrees, 85% humidity. I'm sweating. Got a scraper right here. Man, I am scraping and scraping trying to get this gasket off this thermostat housing. And oh my god. Yeah, I'm soaked. Sucks. Well, show must go on. Alright. Let's travel underneath the car, shall we? Oh. Alright, let's see. See what we're up against here. Ooh. Look at the clearance on that oil pan to center link. Just skates by. Oof. You don't need a dust shield. That's pretty much it. That's what it looks like. Alright, I gotta undo this exhaust. Alright. I'm leaving off today. I'm gonna pick this up again tomorrow. We're going out to get some good food to eat. It's what, like $16.90 whatever, steak night at North Mountain Inn. Badass restaurant we got around here. And it's not like cheap steak either, like shit's really good. And all this shit's done underneath. What's left to do under the car? Just the starter wires?
That's it.
I crawled under there. I couldn't get the one motor mount bolt out. I gotta
Moves. Gotta be tapped out.
You can't see it. I can't get the one bolt out of the clamshell. It's bullshit. I gotta jack the engine up just a little bit to take the pressure off of it. Then it'll slide out. But that the exhaust is done. I got all the tranny bolts out except the top two. Motor mounts, like I said, and that's it. Torque converter bolts. I still gotta take tranny lines off of the block too. They're attached to the oil pan. So tranny lines and starter wires, and then this thing's ready to come out. So that's what we'll do tomorrow.
Drop the new one on.
Drop it on its head.
Day 3.
Got the X and Z's all painted up, ready to go.
Everything's just going straight up a while. If we pull, we're going to pull towards me and back. Clear that air conditioning pipe.
Oh, you're way clear of it.
Here comes the water pump leaking shit.
No, it really shouldn't do much.
There's still a lot in the water jackets in this block.
I know, but we had the car tipped. We can come back a little bit.
Careful. Come back.
Hang on.
No, no, we're going to come towards me. That's good.
We can get the 455 in here by today.
I think so. Just that we got to figure if anything else got to go on. I mean, the manifold's got to go on. I want to hit one more shot of paint and still put it on.
About that hood.
Yes.
The mailman's probably like, check that out. The mailman. Hey!
Yo!
Is he turning around or is he coming up?
He's probably turning around.
Yeah, he's turning around.
I got a whole bunch of other stuff, Jim. Aw.
Alright, pull it towards you. Alright, you're gonna bang the oil pan into the,
Oh, no.
the lower part. We're gonna hit this.
No, I'm watching it.
Bringing it up.
Just about clearing the header peel right now.
Alright, we can pull out a little bit.
Yeah, we're actually clear.
Don't go nowhere. Stop. Alright, let me get this out of the way.
I'm going to keep it here.
Somebody's gonna trip over it.
Nobody's going to trip on
How
it.
you gonna get? Nobody should be underneath that.
Grab your other grandma.
Oh, watch the header panel.
Alright.
Oh, it's out.
Oh, oh.
That's your movement whenever you took the
2500 stall converter from Hughes.
when you had the car facing downhill 2 days ago. I went to take the block plugged up in.
You can't get to them unless you have it on the roof.
Oh, really?
Also, we just replaced the heater core today. That's brand new. That's why everything up here is clean now. This is all taken out of here. The screen.
You got to get the backup all perfectly fine.
up on the back of the motor?
Not yet. It'll take a while to put this out.
It's the teeth, I'm not flying.
Look, it's good enough. I'm going to do the other side too. There's only one water through it. And I'll just curl it up with the other things. And I'll pump it.
I have to work tomorrow.
Yeah, loser. You gotta work tomorrow.
Yeah, at least it's nice having a Thursday off.
Brand new Thornton manifolds on this thing. Flushing the water jackets out.
I got a hard on.
Flush the water jackets out with the garden hose. Make sure it's nice and clean for storage. Why don't you just fill it with anti-rust instead of water? Took the antifreeze out, put anti-rust in it.
Come with me to my palace of Oldsmobile engines. Right here, we've got a built 455 right here in that trash bag, because it might be trash. But anyway, this is like a line. 455, 350, 455. It's like a line. Anyway, that's all we did today. Got dark outside, decided to go get some more food to eat, and that's how it goes. Tomorrow, I'm putting that inside the car though. But there's a lot of stuff to swap over. You know, starter, motor mounts, all the bracketry and pulleys and all that stuff. But as I mentioned earlier, I don't know what I'm doing with this engine on the floor. I might sell it. I think I'm going to keep it. What I'd like to do is I'd like to put it in my brother's Riviera, really. He's got an 85 Riviera, which is, let's be honest, it's a Tornado with a Buick name. It just looks better than a Tornado. But that's a sludgy 307 right now. Factory, you know. But it would be pretty wicked to get a nice set of manifolds that would fit this engine and put this in the Riv. That'd be nice. So I'm either gonna put it in the Riv or I'm gonna sell it. But if I do sell it, my lowest number I'll go to is 800 bucks. It's a brand new engine. New bearings, gaskets, rings, water pump, timing chain, fuel pump. Well, fuel pump's off it now. But it's a brand new engine. It doesn't burn, it burns a little bit of oil. A little bit. But it's got power. It feels good. It's a good motor. So if anybody out there really needs an old 350 for a project, let me know. Let me know down in the comments. Contact me. Or you can hit me up on email, usefulentertainment717@gmail. But I don't really intend on selling it. But if there's the right buyer involved, I'll sell it. Only 16,000 miles.